What's up everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Good morning and welcome to your daily Ethereum update. In this video we'll talk about the technicals, we'll talk about what happened yesterday, why we were bullish if you don't know. Excuse me, my eye is hurting a little bit. And we'll talk about today, another very important fundamental day. We got the interest rate projections and decision and press conference coming up, all very important, all going to make the market move. So we'll talk about how that exactly is going to happen. First of all, though, I wanted to start with what happened yesterday. All right, so this was my analysis yesterday for if the inflation rate, which happened yesterday, was actually lower than expected, because that's bullish for crypto. And it was lower than expected. As you can see, I did a live stream and my reaction was quite nice because, yeah, it's just very good news, right? It's very good news for crypto, at least on the short term. I mean, on the long term, we could talk about what's going on economically in the world, but on the short term, it's great. So what I said is that we would probably, I mean, the main resistance level we were struggling with was 1300 and 1290, right? This entire level. So what I said is that we would probably get above that and get to our next price target, which ranges basically between 1340 and 1360. We found resistance at that 236 FIB very nicely, around 1350. So I also said yesterday in the video, like, it's going to be hard to break through that. All right, so that happened. Right now we're at 1322, kind of between 1300 and 1340, which is to be expected, right? Because usually ahead of these big fundamental events, like what's happening tonight, it is, if you want to know the precise time, just look up myfxbook.com and go to the economic calendar, this week, and then just go to Wednesday. You'll see the exact time. Usually ahead of these events, the price is pretty stable. So that's also what I expect for today. I mean, we might move up a little bit towards 1340. We might move down a little bit towards 1300. It's not going to matter, it's not going to affect the results of the interest rate. Because if we talk about the interest rate, how that's going to make the market move, well, the consensus, we expect it to go up to 4.5%. That's probably going to happen. That's probably not going to make the market move. If this is actually different, it would never be higher. I think if it's actually lower than expected, Ethereum will do this. We'll get up to 1400. All right? Will break above that entire resistance level. I'm pretty sure, because that would be very bullish. Now, the main thing we're looking at is if is what they're going to say at the press conference, and we want to see changes in the monetary policy, right? So right now the monetary policy is still increasing those interest rates. We want them to become more dovish, so that they're not increasing it anymore, or that they're increasing it less. Or I mean, they might also say something about the projections that they are going to decrease it earlier. All right, that is what we want to hear. If something like that happens, I actually also still think that we'll be able to reach up to 1360, break above that, and get up to at least 1380. I also think 1400 is possible, but there's this weird resistance level around 1380, 1385, which is probably going to cause some more resistance at first. So those are the main things we're looking for, and I actually think it's almost impossible. Well, not almost impossible, but it would be very weird if they wouldn't be like that, because the inflation rate is dropping down tremendously. Actually, it's like dropping down quite a lot. I mean, at this pace in half a year, we'll be back at like 2%, because if you count it exponentially at least. So I actually think that this is the most likely scenario for Ethereum today and tonight. Now, however, if they say something like we're going to continue doing what we're doing, which I think would be a mistake, you're going to get into a very deep depression. But if they say something like that, then that would be pretty catastrophic, I'd say. Then we would at least drop down to 1250, consolidate there, and probably even drop down lower towards 1220. So yeah, it's one of those two things. I think this scenario is way more likely, but then again, I know something about economy and monetary policy, but I'm not an expert. So this is my take on Ethereum today and everything that's happening. If you do have any questions, as always, let me know down in the comments. But for now, take care and bye.